Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video we're talking about Nintendo Switch, 3DS, Launchbox, Bayonetta, and King Kong. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about Nintendo 3DS emulation on PC and on Android with Mikage. Yes, we've got another Mikage update, and this one is pretty good. Now this update is relatively short and sweet, very sweet I may add, and it's the first time we've heard from Mikage in about a month's time. They say I present the world's first 3DS emulator that lets you turn off the console. They provided a video showing that very action. Now Mikage is approaching things a little bit different. They're emulating the 3DS inside and out, including the menu system, and I guess including the power system. At this point in time, it's also worth pointing out there are no public builds of Mikage available, so if you see a build, if you see an APK floating around, chances are it's 100% fake. The developer of this is keeping everything extremely close until it's ready for prime time. So as soon as I know more about Mikage, you'll know more. And speaking about quick updates, next up here we're talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on PC with Ryujinx. So in the last 24 hours we've got two updates from Ryujinx that help out the Vulkan backend. The first one here reduces memory usage and slightly speeds up Vulkan pipeline compilation in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So if you're playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and using Vulkan, you might notice an improvement. And the second one here fixes Monster Hunter Rise on Vulkan, specifically the Air Device Lost crash. And updating Ryujinx is simple and straightforward. Open up the application and it should ask you if you want to update. Usually answer yes. You should be updating to at least version 1.1.328. At the time of filming, this is the latest version. And not to be left out, we're still talking about Switch emulation on PC, but switching over to Yuzu. And the mainline version of Yuzu also received an update. Mainline version 1.2.1.1 has just dropped, and we've got a couple of improvements in here you might be interested in. The first one, they've added a cache for vibration tests. So if you're performing extra long vibration tests, you shouldn't experience an FPS drop anymore. And the second one here, they now allow Amiibo without Amiibo keys, which is amazing, and we talked about this one a few days ago, and now it's been merged with the mainline version. However, this does not apply to every single game. Games like Smash Bros, Splatoon, and Shovel Knight still require Amiibo keys to be fully functional. Updating Yuzu is really simple and straightforward. Open it up and it should automatically update for you. If you're debating between Ryujinx and Yuzu, my recommendation here is to use both. Why not? Moving on, and we're still talking about Switch emulation, but switching over to Android and talking about Skyline. The testing build of Skyline Edge, has a brand new update, and this one is extremely promising. Resident Evil 6 is rendering and kind of getting in game. Super broken still, but at the same time, this is really good progress. Super Mario Odyssey graphics are looking a lot better and rendering a heck of a lot better. This looks really, really good. Shadows have been partly fixed in Onimusha Warlords, and the game is also rendering incredibly well. Here's Ninja Gaiden 2 up and running with frame rates looking really good. We still have some flickering, but at the same time here, a lot of people would argue that's kind of playable. It's not FIFA, but here's Football Cup 2022 up and running. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is booting and getting in game. Not very long before it crashes and the Shrine of Resurrection is completely messed up. But at the same time here, this is progress. You gotta walk before you can run. Easy on the Ice has a 35-minute playtest of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'll drop a link to this video in the description below. Do check it out. And Project Diva Megamix is looking a heck of a lot better. Now, I've been asked this question a whole bunch, and I confirmed with the developers just to make sure I fully understood the answer. Skyline Edge version 3 was just released, and that's what we just went over. In 2 weeks' time, it'll be released to the public. And Skyline Edge version 2, which was released a few days ago. Well, in 2 weeks from when that version dropped, which was a few days ago, it'll be released to the public. And the initial version of Skyline Edge, which I talked about even more than a few days ago, will be released to the public 2 weeks after it was initially released. So every time you see a new update for Skyline Edge, in 2 weeks' time you'll be able to get your hands on it. And as always, I'll do my best to let you know when these versions of Skyline Edge make it to the official Skyline website. But at this point in time, the only way to get your hands on a copy of Skyline Edge is to donate to Skyline. Next up, I've got another quick one for you. We're talking about Bayonetta 3, and this game can't seem to stay out of the news. This one is not necessarily good for Bayonetta either. Bayonetta 3 is supposed to release on October 28th, but has already been leaked to the public. Copies of Bayonetta 3 are already floating around online, and apparently some smaller shops have started selling copies of it already. So if you see a copy in the public, just be careful if you're posting any footage because Nintendo might come after you. The game hasn't officially released just yet. Next up, we're talking about Launchbox. Launchbox version 1.6 has just dropped for Android, and we've got some new features. You can now easily change your theme thanks to the addition of the Themes Manager. This was previously only available on the desktop version, and well, now it's on Android. They've also added in an image picker, so if you wanted to change images here for your library, you absolutely can. And for those looking to pay for Launchbox to have more than 100 games in your library, they've added in some brand new payment options because apparently that was a pain point for them before. Now, if you don't want to pay for Launchbox but you want the full experience, today might be your lucky day, or it might not. I guess it depends on whether or not you win. In this video, I'm giving away one lifetime license to Launchbox. It'll be for either Android or Windows, the winner's choice. All you have to do to enter is send an email to launchboxgiveaway@mrsujano.com with the answer to this question. What was the Mikage feature we talked about today, the big update from Mikage? Send that correct answer with your name and what platform you want the lifetime license to launchboxgiveaway@mrsujano.com. I'll be choosing a winner at complete random within the next 24 hours or so. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. Let me know your thoughts about anything we talked about today in the comments below. And if you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.